Hi, all. This is Jan from the Jan Files. I hope you will subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I thank those who have already done so. You're helping me grow, albeit slowly, but I really appreciate it. I want to talk about three different things today. Two are technology related, and the last one is Epstein. And so the first thing I want to talk about is the Department of Homeland Security, basically creating like an enemies list. We don't know how detailed it is. We don't know how many people are on it, but we do know they're subpoenaing with an administrative subpoena, which obviously means they don't have to go to a judge to get it. And they're getting our records from Google, Reddit, Meta, etc. And they're looking for people that have either bad-mouthed ICE or the other thing is revealing locations. Now, both of those things, revealing locations of ICE, both of those things are within our First Amendment rights. And they don't have the right to just go through anything they want, as far as I know. But that is happening. So don't underestimate that. Don't underestimate when you post something. Just be prepared that if you do post things, it could come back. I don't care, but some of you may have a whole set of different reasons while it makes sense for you to care. But you should be very aware of that. And although Google has said that they try to let the person know when they can that they're giving their stuff to them. And they also said they push back when they ask for a lot of information. I believe neither. Google is, all in with Trump. So now the other thing, which is actually a lot bigger, is the fact that Claude AI, which is part of Anthropic, which is I guess now has blown up and is the largest AI company. One of the things they were known for and appreciated for was their safety policy. So back in 2023, they said, in 2023, Anthropic committed to never train an AI system unless it could guarantee in advance that the company's safety measures were adequate. Well, they've changed that. Now, you know why they changed that? Because they have a contract with the Department of Defense, with Hedgehog. And he is pressing them to remove some of those safeguards, change the regulations. In other words, deregulate what they're doing. And basically, they've caved. Now, they have some, according to people who know, some decent reasons because the, exploring and, changing what they're doing, they have to stay competitive. And the process of making something safe can be debilitating to that. Great. Okay. But it's not okay, folks, because AI is very, very dangerous and there's nothing out there regulating it. Okay. Basically, what is out there is do whatever you want. No restrictions. The Republicans don't want to regulate anything. They don't care if your water is, got piss and shit in it. They don't care what happens to your land or your air. They don't care. They've already made all kinds of executive orders and other thing that, the EPA is no longer going to monitor carbon emissions from cars. I mean, so this is part of all that deregulation. But with AI, it has really serious consequences. And I'm not a tech person, none of that. But it doesn't take a tech person to understand where we could see AI going. And so I wanted you to be aware of that. I think everybody should be aware of that. It's another something that needs to be talked about. And very quickly, what Hegseth has said to them is that he wanted them to be willing to help our war fighters win in any fight. And what that means is that, AI can, actually arm itself and send it out without human interaction. I just can't make this shit up anymore. And the last thing I'm going to say about that, this is a big article that I got from Axios about this. I would suggest, if you can, you should read it, because there's a lot more information about that other than what I've told you. The one thing I will finish with is this is from Chris Painter, the director of a policy at a nonprofit focused on evaluating AI models for risky behavior. He reviewed this new draft that they put of their new policy of how they're going to go forward. He says the change is understandable, but also a bearish signal for the world's ability to navigate potential AI catastrophes. The change shows Anthropic believes it needs to shift into a triage mode with its safety plans, because methods to assess and mitigate risks are not keeping up with the pace of capabilities. There is more evidence that society is not prepared for the potential catastrophic risks posed by AI, including in 2025 when they said that it could possibly launch a bioterrorist attack on its own. Shit, sorry. It's really fucking depressing. But like anything, you're better off knowing about it than not. And finally, I'm going to talk about Epstein, because the Justice Department is continually to play games. And this is a big deal that's come out. It's Roger Solenberger, who is an independent journalist, is found gave the basis for NPR article on Trump's DOJ taking files down from the website that are in reference to him and to his accusers, as well as withholding documents. Because you know how they know that? Because he looked really bright, looked at the Ghislaine Maxwell trial and saw that there were, file numbers in there that were missing. So there are file numbers in the Ghislaine Maxwell trial that are not in the drop they made of 3 million files. One thing. But they've also taken down stuff that was there. And this is really very much and specifically about what are determined legitimate accusations. So this one woman was considered very, very, what's the word? It's not authentic. I can't think anymore. But anyway, they believed her. They interviewed her like 4 times. She was raped, according to her, sexually abused by Trump when she was 13 years old. Okay? And I want to read what that was about, because what she said was that when she was 13, here it is, hold on one second. Here it is. The woman who directly named Trump in her abuse allegation claimed that around 1983, when she was around 13 years old, Epstein introduced her to Trump, who subsequently forced her head down to his exposed penis when she subsequently bit. Thank you. Sorry. In response, Trump punched her in the head and kicked her out. That's what they removed. And other things we don't know didn't end up in the files because they were about Trump. So this idea that these pathetic assholes in his administration who said he's the best thing that, he's done more for Epstein files and the victim than anybody is like so fucking wrong. It's not even a matter of right or wrong. Who raised these people? Who raised these cretins who lie, who just lie? And they're lying about rape and sexual abuse. I mean, It's beyond pathetic. And I'm just going to say what I constantly say now is we got to keep this information out there. Get it out. Talk about it. Don't keep it to yourself. Today, I went on a rant I live in a very, 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 very red town. I'm actually accused of ruining it, which is I'm very proud of that. But I was on a local Facebook group, and usually these people will say and do anything. Recently, they've been quiet. Well, all of a sudden, one of them posted something about ICE, and I went off. And I don't mean like I called her names. I just basically, besides a pedophile lover, I just went off. And what I found was somewhat surprising. I got more people liking and supporting what I said. She didn't. She got one person. And I know this is just a little tiny thing, but I think people are afraid to defend him, especially in situations where you can be recognized. So use it, folks. Use it, use it, use it. I'm going to stay at this. I know the technology thing was a little off to the side, but it's important that we look at everything. I need you to stay safe. I need you to stay engaged, and I need you to call. So we'll see what tomorrow brings. Take care of yourself. Stay safe. And thank you for your support.